Hundreds of urban microforests have been planted globally. Most are about the size of a tennis court. They use a planting technique from Japan called the Miyawaki method. The soil is prepared with nutrients and a mix of native trees is used. A rich, dense forest should grow in just a few years.
By planting trees in a very loose, nutritious soil and by planting them really close together, they form this small ecosystem. And this really gives them an opportunity to grow old. And trees that grow old sequester a lot of carbon, they attract a lot of biodiversity.
They are paths and sinks for biodiversity. So in a nutshell, they are resilient bubbles of nature.
Studies found that one tiny forest attracted 600 species of plants and animals. But that can bring the occasional downside.
For instance, microforests can be paths for foxes. And we don't always want foxes. There's also simply the fact that the microforest is alive, so it creates leaves and fruits, and it can be waste in urban areas.
But they're so small, can they help us tackle climate change?
I feel that if we plant a lot of these forests, we can mitigate the effects of climate change, but we cannot stop it because we need to stop emitting carbon altogether. But it can buy us time if we plant a lot of these forests.
One of the main aims is to educate people in cities about nature.
In my wildest dreams, the forest would thrive, kids would come here every day for outdoor classes, and the local community is very involved in the project. I think in practice it's always one or two of the three that go really well. If forests are very popular and a lot of kids play there, then biodiversity tends to do less well, because nature, well, they like the rest, they don't like a lot of screaming and playing.
The UK government recently gave funding for 12 more tiny forests.
To mitigate climate change, we'll need hectares and hectares of forests. But what we can do is educate a generation of kids to learn how to restore forests and teach them so they can go and plant bigger forests when they grow up.